Kim, would you knock on the door?
Recording
Tell them we're
stopped. Recording in progress.
ready. Anybody in there?
We're ready.
We didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it.
It started, it's gone.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Call forth to order. Today is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. It's 9 a.m. Proof of posting, please.
The agenda was posted on Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 at 2:05 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Let's stand brief for a moment of silence. Keep the weather in your prayers. It stays clear and pretty all the way through the fair. And so.
Please join the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On Texas pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee,
Texas,
one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. All right, at this time, if there's any members of the public that want to speak to the Commissioners Court on business matters, please do so at this time. All right, seeing none. We have a lot of department head reports this morning, and although I know that the fair representatives find it all very interesting, they need to get back and, as Commissioner Smith pointed out, and continue to shovel stalls out, keep them clean. So I'd like to go to item
E1A.
Thank you. E1A regarding the lease agreement for the Heart of Texas Fairground Complex. So Dustin, if you would kind of brief everyone on that. Both Dustins, you come up and Dustin Chapman can give their.
Yes, sir. So what's before y'all today is E1A.
Dustin, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
All right. Anything now, Judge?
We can't hear you.
Okay. I'm going to sign off and come back on.
Signed off, come back on.
I think the problem's,
I thought I heard him in. I thought I could hear him in there.
okay.
I thought I could too. I just fix this thing.
Seems like there might be an audio issue with Zoom for this room.
For this room.
Okay.
You said what?
Got a lip reader in here?
What did they say?
Sheriff's Department's got to have a lip reader.
Said they have a sound issue.
In here.
It's just in here. They can hear it in there. Well, so this is a lease agreement for the Heart of Texas Fairground Complex. The terms are in the as part of your information that was sent to you, but it's 10 years beginning on October 1st of 2025 and ending on 9/30/35. And it may be renewed by mutual agreement for up to 5 years or 2-year terms. Rent's $1 per year, cash, and so all the different details are in there, but also regarding what we do out at the fairgrounds is the contract on the base, and these are in many ways tied, but also kind of separate entities. And the fact that the Heart of Texas Fair is at hand, we wanted to go ahead and get the lease agreement with the Heart of Texas Fairgrounds Complex or the association in place. And then what I've asked the executive committee of the Heart of Texas Fair to do is to come up with, really think about the long-term impact of a contract, and we're open for suggestions on it. We've had a couple of discussions, and there's no difference in opinions or anything, but we want to be sure we craft it for the long term that has the best outcomes. And of course, there's a lot of issues pertaining to the base and the venue agreement that we have that we cannot use ad valorem dollars at the base because it's a venue project, and so it has its own revenue. But we have asked the Heart of Texas Fair Association to provide oversight, management, and those kind of things from it, and so we have to figure out how to balance that out financially for the both entities. And and later on we'll have a report in the next few weeks about the revenue that is coming in on the base. Maybe by the time we address this, and it's growing. It's been really good. Having home games at Baylor and those things help a lot. But the Ironman competition's coming up and all these other events, so the community's really driving a lot of activity that's driving what ultimately is our venue revenue in there too. So we got a lot of big plans in the future about what to use that for, and how to leverage that to more bonds to finance projects. But
Hey, Judge, I'm back on if you can hear me.
is there any thoughts from you guys on this contract coming up?
On the contract with the fair?
It's fair, yeah.
Yes, sir. We are certainly happy with it. We appreciate all that the Commissioners Court does to support us at the fairgrounds with the additional maintenance costs on the chiller units and some of those major mechanicals, and so we appreciate that. We look forward to renewing the lease and continue to do what we do to bring a significant impact to McLennan County. We've reviewed it, and we're very happy with that. And with the way it's written, and look forward to continuing that relationship there.
Okay.
And moving forward.
One of the areas that we left blank, because there was a lot of discussion this prior year on what the capital improvement amount should be. Many times or several times we in our prior agreements was 100,000, and it generally we approved it. Y'all presented what you would like for us to spend that money on, and kind of the main goal is to have it, we're investing in the ability for the fair to expand business, which brings economic income back in. That has not been changed for quite a few years, and before that, it was only $7,500 a year. And so, just in time, I was running out of, I was running out of what they're gonna be scooping out of those stalls. But,
So I'd say I heard a little bit, so I don't use want to kind of summarize a little bit.
yeah, and we were just bringing up the part that the blank needs to be filled in and what we've done historically and
That's right.
those kind of things. And so I think, I know in one of our discussions prior, Commissioner Smith had some ideas that things have changed, cost more money. It's a real positive influence on what we do in a lot of ways, not only for economic impact, but to bring entertainment into our community, so help fill any void that's there. So
Yeah, so essentially we left, so there's a blank plugged in, historically, going back to that 2015, I think it was $100,000, and of course, subject to Commissioners Court allocation each year. So the thought being that hadn't been adjusted over the years with inflation and other things. Then the other thing that was added, we stated in there that we're taking over the chiller maintenance. TJ has worked with Lone Star Chillers just to go through and just kind of update the maintenance on the chillers. Feel like we're in a good spot with those, so we wanted to include that in this agreement. This will be a 10-year lease. It does have renewals after that. And then, as you were saying a little bit of, Judge, up until now, the base has just kind of been under this hot fair lease agreement. We're going to break it out separately. It just really needs to be because it's venue funds anyway. But I know we need more discussion with the hot fair board before we do that. So right now, moving forward with the fair coming up it's worded so that the base will still be covered by this lease agreement. Then once the court acts and takes action on the separate one for the base venue project, then they will be essentially bifurcated. We'll have a separate one for the hot fair and a separate one for the base and the venue projects. So, but what's before you today is the hot fair lease with the blank in for y'all to discuss an amount on the annual capital contribution.
All right, any thoughts on that?
Judge, first of all, I would say McLennan County Fair Incorporated more than admirable job of handling the affairs of HOT over these many, many years, bringing to McLennan County what I consider the signature event for McLennan County, the Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo. And it's something that people look forward to every year, and I think we'll continue to look forward to. I like the contract. I like the fact that there's a extension possibility in there also. And looking back, we have historically, since I've been here, approved capital improvements past that 100,000, because we've got to continue to improve and not only maintain, but improve and move forward with what the fair and rodeo grounds are able to offer events throughout the year. And so my suggestion would be, and I'm certainly open to anything, would be to move that from 100,000 to 250,000, which would expedite their ability to get what they need when they need it without having to come back here every time. Certainly, I know we'll be made aware of it because they're very open with us, but that gives them the opportunity to improve upon and make those grounds even better.
And that's kind of the cap on it, what you're suggesting, what the cap would be, and then each project would be approved under that by the.
Just as we've done in the past, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's appropriate with, you said 2015 was the last time this was looked at? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I gotta hand it to my colleague here. I think one of you wants to spend some money. That's good.
Yeah.
But it's for a
It's
great
unusual
cause.
for me.
I know, it's for a great
Pretty unusual
cause.
for me.
It's for a great cause though, so.
Yeah, the zipper on his purse is pretty rusty.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've seen what deferred maintenance will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Okay.
Motion to approve the contract as presented with the McLennan County Fair Incorporated, with the addition of $250,000 for capital improvement.
Second.
All right, have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. Thank y'all very much.
Wes Allison didn't even get that. So
Yeah.
Wes, you ought to feel good.
Well,
Somebody
on
let
behalf
you
of
know.
the fair, thank y'all for your support, and we look forward to continuing our relationship, and let's make things better for McLennan County. So we're
sir.
excited for it.
Thank you. Good
Pray
luck.
for the weather. Thank
All
y'all.
right. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah, don't forget, October 2nd through 12th, for the sealing.
Yeah.
Is that?
Thursday.
In case you haven't heard.
That's right around the corner.
Thank you, see you.
Thank you. All right, Dustin, you want to pick up some of the rest of the items?
Judge, I'm still trying to get my
Okay,
notes loaded, if that's.
take your time.
Anything else, Judge, we need to act on?
Yeah,
Pay
there's,
bills or something?
well, there's a couple items here we want to deal with outside the reports that.
Did we want to do the one on the base separately?
Yeah, if we
Yeah,
could
I wanna-
defer it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to defer it?
We need to
Okay.
defer that
So,
one.
I didn't-
Motion to defer.
Second.
Have motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Thank you.
All right, let's see.
What does it bring us to, E2?
Yes, sir.
The litter
So
control.
E2 is the interlocal cooperation agreement with the city of Waco, authorization of amendment and renewal for litter control services to the city, at the city landfill and for law enforcement services. So this is the annual contract we have with Waco. It's for one peace officer deputy that supervises inmates, and then for three commissioned peace officers to investigate illegal dump sites and illegal dumping. It's no cost to the county, it's not an expense to the county budget. The city pays us back for the salaries and fringes of those officers. So we just need a motion to approve that agreement.
Motion to approve.
I have motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. You know, as I drive around the county, I see less and less dumping all the time. And I give credit to commissioners for watching for that, but also law enforcement to enforce that. So, we're creating a culture that we don't allow that.
E3 is regarding Medicare Advantage Group Plan Agreement with United Healthcare Insurance Company, authorization of plan renewal, and discussion and action regarding premium rates for 2026 benefit plan year for eligible retirees for McLennan County Group Health Plan. Stacy?
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. HR is bringing forward and asking for review and approval to renew our United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Group Plan. So just for a little bit of history, for retirees to be eligible for county-paid benefits, they had to have started their employment prior to January 1st, 2009, and also have 20 consecutive years of service to be eligible for retiree county-paid benefits. So once they turn 65, we do offer their Medicare Advantage plan. That is no cost to them if they meet those requirements at retirement. And last year, if you recall, we had to bring forward a plan that we had to kind of alter a little bit. Historically, there was no cost share with retirees. They had no deductible, had no copays, and that was working well. But there have been some changes through federal regulations and things of that sort that has caused a lot of cost increase for Medicare Advantage plans across the board. And so last year we had to make some adjustments to the plan. We added some small copays. We added a small deductible to keep the premium down. When we received the renewal from UHC this year, it was, again, a large increase. So we asked if there would be any way that we could make any adjustments to kind of bring that premium down, and that was not available to us this year. So myself, along with HUB, we also reached out to some other providers to see if that's something we needed to go into an RFP for, and it's just a consensus across the board. Medicare Advantage plans are just pricey across the board, and from what we understand, there's no foreseeable end to that price increasing year after year. So for this year, what we're proposing, we have a couple of options laid out. If we were to keep the plan exactly the way it is, that rate increase will go up to $368.41 per retiree per month. We did go ahead and ask for a second option that would bring the plan back to the way it was previous to making those adjustments, so that would be the no copays, no cost share to the retiree, and that price is $400.41. The only reason we asked for that is the largest pain point that we heard from our retirees is having those copays again and having the deductible that they had to meet. And so we just wanted to have that option out there. Do you guys have any questions? We do have some more information that we're looking into moving forward past this year. This is kind of our only options for this plan year, for plan year 2026. We do have some stuff that we would love to bring before you guys before the 2027 year. That might be some options where we can kind of not be concerned every year when we get a proposal that it's going to be an additional amount. So we do have some hope for the future that we can maybe find some other avenues, but for this year, these are the plan options that we're presenting.
Okay, and anything that you have to us to consider, anything you would have by the time we do our retreat, you can
Yes, sir.
give to us so we can be thinking about it and we can do updates through the year as well.
Yes, sir, that's what we're working on.
Yeah, other questions?
And I think we discussed this, but one of the plans that I would like for us to discuss at the draft would be, or at the retreat, would be what I know other large employers are doing, giving the retirees who want to be on it a flat amount, and they shop their own plan.
Correct. So the avenue we are doing a lot of research on is actually setting up an HRA for retirees, and it would be where we could fund that account with a certain flat amount. And then retirees would be responsible for taking that fund and then finding whatever Advantage plan they want. HUB does also have an offering for what they call Retiree Plus, and it's really just a concierge service. So if retirees have that fund, they would also have an outlet for someone to help them shop and find the best plan for them that they could afford within that
That would
money
be
that they're
helpful,
allotted.
because it gets awful confusing.
Right.
I know that's how Baylor does it with their retirees.
Really?
Yeah, they get an amount, and then they shop it.
Yeah,
Every retiree does their own.
okay.
And I really know of no one that doesn't have some sort of deductibles or out-of-pocket in those retiree plans. So
Right.
That's just common.
Exactly.
I know.
Even the way our plan is now with the copays and deductibles, it's a very rich plan. It's a nice plan. One of the other things we hear from retirees is, I know someone has this and they pay this, why can't we just go back with this entity? And for reasons that we know, we like to have something that would offer coverage through Baylor Scott and White and Ascension Providence. So if we were to do something by giving them this allowance to shop their own, if they wanted to go just with Baylor Scott and White, they would have that option if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things we're researching for moving forward.
Well, and, anytime we supplement anything for employees, whether it be payroll or anything else, the taxpayers are challenged with the same issues they are. So, shifting it from a taxpayer to an individual we need to be, think about that, the consequences of that.
Sure. At this rate, without, knowing what can happen from year to year, I feel like if we don't make some type of adjustment, there might be a day that it's harder to afford to be able to do that.
Can't afford to do it at all, yeah.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay, any other questions? All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
So we want to do option one, keep the
Plan the way it
keep the
is.
plan the way it is. Is that the consensus I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I have had discussions with Francis as well, just because I was very alarmed when that dollar amount first came through.
Yeah.
And so I spoke to Francis, and she said that we do this every year, and there's a way that, we make it all work. So I did get her blessing on that as well.
Definitely a priority item for our retreat or
Yeah.
sometime in the near future.
Certainly.
Okay, and so is that your motion?
So, yeah, I make that motion that we go with 2026 option one.
Second?
All right, any other discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second. No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Oppose, pass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stacy, do you want
Don't
to do
leave.
the next one while
Oh.
you're right
Yeah.
here?
Anna's little pumpkin just popped up, so.
Yes. She's doing wonderful. I don't have a department head update for you all.
This is,
This is my department.
This is EAP.
This is the EAP. Is that what's next,
Yes, so
Dustin?
E4 is regarding the Employee Assistance Program, EAP Services Agreement with Deer Oaks EAP Services, authorization of amendment.
Okay, so when we approved our new partnership with the Standard, which is going to be our new life insurance and disability insurance provider, part of their final offer was an EAP program. And so that will begin January 1 of 2026. It is comparable to what we currently have, actually has a few more features than we currently have. So we're excited about that. However, our current agreement with our EAP through All One Health in Deer Oaks is expiring today. So what we're asking for is just an extension to that with that agreement at the same cost through the end of this year. So our employees still have access to EAP through the end of the year. And then EAP services moving forward in 2026 will be included with our insurance and disability provider. So we will not need a new contract moving forward. So this is just an ask for an extension through the end of 2025 with our current EAP provider.
How often is it, or how much interaction does, in the EAP program does the employees have?
I know HR uses it as a tool almost daily when we get certain phone calls and we need to, they need that assistance through EAP. We also use it for mandatory referrals, and that's just in the HR office. I can pull those numbers and send them to you all for what the usage is outside of our office.
I think, so maybe when we have the retreat discussion, we can include that.
Moving forward, starting January 1, there will not be no cost to the county. It's included in the contract, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's no cost, but it's
Well,
included in
Yeah, yeah, let me rephrase that. It's included in the cost we pay,
Yeah.
not outside of that cost.
Right.
Normally, Anna has those
Yeah, activities.
in our, in her report.
Right. I know that is something that is typically provided when we're doing our annual renewal, so I apologize, I didn't have those numbers in there.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
Do I have
we
the
wanna-
next one, or?
Do you want, yeah, there's one more for Stacy.
Yes.
Golly, Stacy.
So it is F5 regarding McLennan County Employee Policy Guide, authorization of revision to section
Oh, yeah.
7.19, training officer pay.
Yes. This is my last item. And I think Major Ives was going to join us. If not, we have some other gentlemen here that can also speak to this. So we did approve, the Commissioners Court approved the training officer pay during budget this year, and we brought the policy forth back on September 2nd. And then after the policy was approved, the Sheriff's Office did reach out and ask about some of the wording. So what they're asking is that we remove the without rank verbiage that was originally presented in this policy, because there will be some officers at some point that do have rank. It's my understanding, I think corporals and sergeants. If someone who is receiving training pay is out sick unexpectedly or is out on vacation, that these ranked officers would step in and provide assistance. Because this is an hourly pay, there's not going to be somebody, we're not going to be double paying during that time.
It'd be the same difference.
Right, it's whoever's doing the training at
Right.
that time would receive the pay during that period. So they're just asking to remove that without rank verbiage from the policy.
Any questions or comments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
Wonderful. Y'all have a great Tuesday. Thank you.
All right, you too.
And do we want to take about a 5-minute break for IT to maybe reboot, or do we want to keep
Yeah.
going? And
No, I think that'd be fine.
it's a Zoom, sounds like it's a Zoom issue.
Okay.
Coming into the
All
court.
right, let's recess 5 minutes.
quick. It's F1, financial obligations of McLennan County, authorization of the county treasurer to pay county checks, electronic transfers issued since the last authorization.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, they have a motion. Second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
All right, then E5 is authorization of interlocal cooperation agreement with Waco McLennan County Public Health District for on-site sewage facilities. This is our annual contract with OSSF. It'll run through September 30th, 2026, and the funds are in the FY26 budget totaling $131,961.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, they have a motion. Second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
And Jared has two items. E6 is authorization of master services agreement and related statement of work quote with Next Election Services, support services for voter registration systems.
Yes, thanks, Dustin. Actually, I'm gonna grab that.
Good morning.
How are y'all?
Aye.
Good. So, what Dustin was saying, Next Election Services, this is a new company that is providing service to VoteTech counties. As you may recall, we have VoteTech for our software for our voter registration system. They're having some difficulties. They're basically not going to be able to help us out. So Next Election Services, this is a group of former VoteTech employees who've come together, and they're contracting with counties across the state that are using the same system that we are to help us get through at least this election. The term here, it's they've got it broken down by 4 months. The price would be $6,264 per month. Total's gonna be $25,057.72. The way I propose to pay for that is we're gonna be using funds that I had already budgeted for that we're gonna go to VoteTech, that we're not paying to VoteTech. So I think this is going to be very important for us to be contracting with them to make sure that our elections are running smooth and we have continuity here in McLennan County. So if you have any questions regarding this, please let me know.
Well, we're fortunate they're available to help us out, and
Yes.
looked like they were pretty smart in creating this right quick.
Yeah, and that's the thing is these are guys that we've worked with for years. Kathy worked with them for years.
Yeah.
So it's not like we don't already have an established relationship with these individuals.
They don't have a track record, though, of being able to they're so brand new, you're comfortable
It is a
with
brand new, yes. So I suppose there is a little bit of risk in that. However, I feel pretty confident that these individuals, they know what they're doing. We had a meeting yesterday with our IT to make sure that they're communicating together and we're working together. They were recommended to us
That's my
by Ellis
worry
County.
Is the system, I mean, is it the same system?
Yes, it's the same
It's like you're
system.
importing and exporting some files, and
Correct.
things
yes.
like that?
Correct, yes.
Is it, people gonna be able to, I mean, are we gonna have the electronic poll books gonna be
Yeah, we're still having, yeah.
compatible with this?
We actually just got our new electronic poll books in a couple weeks ago, the ones that we ordered a few weeks back, and we're getting those set up. We're working with this new group with our new poll books. Bell County actually uses these poll books and our system as well, so I know it's going to work, and that's why I feel confident
So
about it.
you'll use all this in November?
Correct,
This
yes.
coming November?
Correct.
Okay, and hopefully can work the kinks out before the
Exactly,
next
yeah,
November.
and that's why we're doing this now. So,
I think the risk of going with these folks is not near as much as not going with
not
them.
having them.
Exactly
Not
right.
having anybody.
Yes.
You said you're reasonably comfortable with it. Are you
Yes.
are you for imprint comfortable?
For imprint
I watched
company?
that ad on TV.
I guess I'm not not aware of that one.
Okay.
I feel very confident, yes.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
Then F2s regarding the November 4th, 2025 Texas Constitutional Special Election, authorization of notice of joint general and special election, early voting dates, times, locations, and election day vote centers.
Yeah, so this is the notice of election. We do this every election. I just need this approved and it'll be signed by Judge Felton.
All right, any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, a motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
F3 is McLennan County subdivision regulations, approval of final plat of subdivision of lots 1 through 5, and A Block 1, Elm Branch addition to McLennan County Precinct 3. Amy, anything to add?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second, any other discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
F4 is discussion and/or action regarding order authorizing Diwali fireworks sales. So the court is permitted to adopt an order authorizing the sale of fireworks for the Diwali period, which would be October 18th through October 22nd. So if y'all do want to do this, you have to act affirmatively to adopt this order. If you do not want to permit the sales, then no action is needed. But emergency management does not see any issues with approving sale of the fireworks for this period.
Now, what is this period?
18th to the
18th to the
22nd.
Yeah, but what's the Diwali fireworks sales?
It's an Indian celebration holiday period.
Which tribe?
Not,
Yeah, Hindu.
Hindu. I think the legislature added it.
You're not nice. You're trying to set us up.
yeah.
You just now figuring that out?
Oh, my
Yeah, this
gosh.
is something the legislature added.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion made second, any other discussion? No discussion?
Oh, I have a discussion. I would wonder, like, how many places would actually be open during this? I mean, I don't
I don't think there'll be big.
I mean, that's kind of, right.
There's a lot of people that like to pop fireworks no matter what the
Oh, yeah.
celebration is.
They don't really even need a holiday.
No, they don't. So I think it's,
Okay.
And there's safety precautions in regards to whether we have a fire warning or not.
yes.
Okay, so we have motion second, any discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
All right, moving down to item F6, discussion and/or action regarding the Clinton Central Appraisal District 2026 Board of Directors candidate nominations and related resolution. We wanted to go ahead and get this back on the agenda. We do have to submit it before October 15th, and so next Tuesday, the 7th, will be our date that we need to act on this.
Okay, and so we could defer till the 7th and
Yes, sir.
have Commissioner Perry back in here.
We can?
Yes, sir, we can, we just have to get it back to them before October 15th.
Yeah, so the 7th be the action date, and that'd be well before the 15th. So I'd make a motion, we defer.
Second?
Have a motion and a second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
Then under item G, Human Resources, G1's Criminal District Attorney, and that can be pulled with no action.
I pull, no action.
So then we can move back to the start of the agenda to the department head reports. D1 is juvenile probation.
And just for all the department heads, and I've mentioned this to Colin coming in, we've got the report. They're very detailed, all of them are, and very well done. We kind of know the understanding, we've seen them enough now, we understand. Main thing I think the court wants to know is pointing out anything that is maybe different or something that you want to bring to the court's attention. But also, any trends that you see that are good or bad or whatever, and then also, lastly, what can the court do to help you moving forward? So, Mr. Coger?
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, thank you for having me today. Before I get to the requested items of discussion that Judge Felton just enumerated, just kind of quickly give the quick up-to-date over what we've been, some of the numbers. Now, this is fiscal year to date, which since we're almost out of this fiscal year, it's not going to change too much, but a little bit. So we had a total of 684 referrals for fiscal year 25. For probation, during the year, we had a total of 265 that were on formal probation, 177 that were on deferred prosecution, and 385 on conditions of release. For detention, we had a total of 617 juveniles detained during this time period. We released a total of 591. Our average daily population fiscal year to date was 15. Our average length of stay is 10 days. We averaged about 12 juveniles that were on psychotropic medication at any given time. We currently have 26 male juveniles in detention, 12 females. As far as trends or predictions, if you will, or needs, I guess the best way to do is just kind of just inform the court of kind of what we've been doing here within the last couple of years and some of the programs that we've created or some of the programs that we're hoping to go to. We have a real strong partnership with Behavioral Health Network. They provide us a lot of services for, I've never seen an LMHA, and I've worked for a couple other counties. I've never seen an LMHA that was just this great at collaborating with juvenile probation to bring enhanced evidence-based services to the juveniles that come in contact with juvenile probation department. And they continue to do so. Basically, I pick up the phone call. We have this need, I'm seeing this, and they try their best to kind of work a program or utilize existing resources to kind of help us out. But we did partner with them, I believe it was this year, if not in toward the last fiscal year, for a substance abuse treatment outpatient. We have inpatient substance abuse treatments that we utilize, but for those that don't need that more enhanced services, they were able to secure a grant to provide an LPC to provide these outpatient services for the kids. We're also trying to expand that for drug education, so that would be juveniles that don't have a substance abuse issue, but they are at risk, so we want to provide that more enhanced substance abuse education for those juveniles. We've also partnered with them for we're calling it the GRIP program, Gang Reduction and Intervention Program. It's going to be pretty much like our commitment reduction program that we currently have. We're going to be working in tandem with a mental health professional or qualified mental health professional to provide case management with some CB, cognitive behavioral therapy kind of mechanisms in place to work with those kids we've identified as being in a gang or affiliated with a gang or otherwise at risk of being in a gang. Again, that's going to be kind of mirrored off of our commitment reduction program, which kind of does the same thing, only this is going to be more or more along the lines of those juveniles that are showing criminogenic needs of being in a gang or having the potential to be in a gang. The shelter conversion, as the court knows, we've repurposed the shelter, our runaway shelter, and this was done to help the clients that come in contact with us have more immediate access to that mental health services that are provided by Clare Center for Family and Behavioral Health Network. So when they come up and see us, the juvenile probation officer, they can then turn around and see the mental health professional that's right there on the grounds as well. Or when they get out of detention, we can immediately set them up for services. It's not another bus trip. It's not another Uber ride. It's not another, trying to figure out a way to get down there to get those needed services. Yeah. It's kind of more of a one-stop shop where they can get those services just by walking 20 or 30 yards. So very excited about that and getting that started. We're working on getting a contract with a Methodist Children's Home to provide a transition. As the court knows, we have a lot of funding that goes to residential placement for those juveniles that have more of an at-risk or severe need. And then they come back, and they usually go back into the environment from whence they came, which contributes to their recidivism. So we're trying to partner with Methodist Children's Home to provide kind of like, would be equivalent for all purposes to like a halfway home. Instead of they would come home from a secure placement and then they would go to a non-secure placement. So again, we're slowly transitioning them back to get to that to get to that environment from whence they came, and hopefully give them the resiliency and the mental health the mental health components that they could be successful and not recidivate almost as soon as they get back home. So we're very excited about that. We're also have a grant that Baylor's trying to get to provide mentor services. Mentor, I would say, is always a need. I would like to pair, I said there were 265 juveniles on probation during this fiscal year. I would like to have paired all 265 of those with a mentor. And, you know, that's always been a struggle of getting people to volunteer their time and their emotional kind of support to help a juvenile that's in need. I think right now we've kind of bordered with always less than 3. We have our own mentor program in-house, but we've always struggled to get more than 25 and to retain them. So I would like to see that, you know, closer to 100 if we could. So this is a grant, this would be a grant-funded program that Baylor is going out on an RFP for that would provide for their students to provide some of these mentor services for the youth in the community, but also the youth that we come in contact to as well. So that's something that, again, at early stages, so there's nothing for certainty on that, but that is something I'm very excited about and something that's very needed and has always, no matter where you are, whatever juvenile department you're in, more mentors is always something that is needed. And that's in a nutshell kind of where we are.
All right, any questions for Colin? That's a good report. And I'd like to hear the positive things that you're doing with BHN and Baylor and all those. It's very, very helpful. BHN was able to, through State Representative Pat Curry, to get some additional funding, and some of that would be focused on the juvenile side, so.
And if I may, we would like to appreciate the Commissioners Court. Y'all have been nothing but supportive for us, and which benefits the kids that we serve. We do appreciate that. And of course, the Juvenile Board is very supportive of us as well. So we do appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, any questions, anything? All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Is there
you.
a motion to approve Colin's report for recording purposes?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
D2 is engineering.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'll just hit the big ones for you. Chapel Road, still on schedule for ending in January of next year. The monthly construction update is this week, and after that, we're going to have a meeting with Texas Materials and Walker Partners and the GC looking at Hamilton and deciding what we think we may or may not need to do with that road when the construction is completed. We do have a contingency amount in there to do some sort of a surface treatment, so we want to get closer to making a decision about that this
So
week.
which road?
Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton.
We're going to do Far Miller, we're going to reclaim our section, but yeah, that cuts.
Hamilton tees into there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're keeping an eye on Tom Ledbetter because there's a large development going in there, like 1,700 houses. The city will have to annex that road. So I'm not sure if they'll be talking to us about wanting some participation ahead of time. We will still have the road from the dog leg down to the quarry, so we won't lose all of it. We'll still have some of it. But I understand that's really picking up, so that's something for us to keep our eye on. Patent Branch pre-work meeting for that is next week, so we should get moving on that soon. South of Bruceville is limping along. We're making progress. Should be back on the original alignment in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully wrapping that up soon. And that's about it for the big projects that we're working on.
Okay. Any questions or comments? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Motion to approve engineering report for recording.
Second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Thank you.
D3 is County Veteran Service Office.
Good morning.
Morning.
I guess y'all have our report, but I guess in regards to trends, we're seeing a lot of, I guess, desperation maybe with individuals that are coming in expecting us to magically produce a 100% disability rating for them. And we've always had that kind of in between, but now it just seems like there's more and more individuals coming in saying, well, we've kind of, I guess our reputation has kind of been put out there that we can magically have a wand and create a 100% compensation rating. And so we kind of have to break it down, let them know that it's, there's manifestations, there's secondary symptoms, there's progression. I mean, it's not anything that we can just create. It has to be
All the
there.
criteria that's.
Yes, sir, with all the medical evidence as well as any other information that either with law changes or with their actual information that they can share as to why they feel that a increase is warranted. And it just seems like we're getting some people leaving kind of not too happy about the fact that we can't do that. So that's kind of a trend. I don't know if y'all are going to start getting complaints on some of that. I don't know. I just know that we try to defeat any unjust claims. And sometimes it can be a little abrasive the way that we kind of let them know that we're not here to contrive or to create or to fabricate a claim. Because that is fraud and that is misrepresentation. So, but that's kind of a trend there. We're still having the same trends with placement. We got a lot of elder veterans that can't stay home and don't have the percentages to move into a VA facility. And sometimes they don't have a VA contract, so they end up with private pay. And it can become difficult when you have a spouse that is still trying to occupy the home, and the veteran is having to go into a nursing facility, and now there's two expenses that are occurring. So that's also been a challenge that's kind of starting to happen. We're actually have been we're coordinating a collaboration, and I don't know if I need to get approval for this because it's kind of just in a brainstorming discussion right now. A corridor that can go to Bryan College Station for veterans that are in the rural areas between here and Bryan. I think the state representative is involved. I think some of the county judges expressed an interest, and then there's some private individuals. And so what we're trying to do is they're trying to actually establish some sort of coordinated effort to bring in community care, which the VA, it's the privatization side of VA healthcare services. Instead of driving out to Temple or even to Waco, maybe having a local provider there that can assist. And so anyway, we're kind of in a brainstorming discussion on that, trying to see if there's any way that we can help with logistics and transportation, not from our resources, but just from our ideas. And then we have the Freedom Path, the homeless shelter there's going to be a ribbon cutting, I think, the end of this month. I'm not really for sure what date. If y'all want, I can send you a invitation. But that's been 8-9 years in the making, so we're finally glad that it's kind of finally come to fruition. There's still some bureaucracy involved with state requirements for housing as well as the federal side for housing and Section 8. So
We're talking about the veterans project
Yes,
that's
sir.
out on the
Yes,
campus
sir.
that they were going to do, yeah.
Yes,
It
sir.
has been a long time, yeah.
Yes. And so we're finally glad that there've been some people vetted, and I think there's actually been some people moved in now.
Yeah.
But we're working with City of Waco and housing to make sure that we can make sure that all the hoops, we get everything done the way we're supposed to, because that's been a problem. So, but anyway, I guess that's kind of where we're at today.
All right, any questions for Steve? All right.
Thank you for being an advocate for him.
All right.
Sir.
I'll make a motion, we approve the report for recording purposes.
Second.
Have a motion, and a second, any discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass. If you didn't see the speech this morning by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth this morning with all the generals around the nation, you're gonna see a big change in how military is done And you can go to YouTube and find it. It's a long speech, but it's one of the best ones I've heard in a long time.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Item D4 is maintenance of equipment.
Good morning.
Our report's pretty short and sweet
Thank you.
this year, this quarter. It just covers July and August. Radio shop side, we did 51 work orders for jail repairs for those 2 months. 55 work orders for repairs on radio and tower site equipment, and then 98 work orders for equipment install, removal, or repair on vehicles. Sign shop, as always, in the summertime, we slow down some. July, we did 1 sign order, 4 signs for 1 department. August, we did 4 sign orders, 14 signs for 4 departments. And as far as vehicle maintenance, July, we did 90 work orders for 7 county departments with outside repair cost of $4,847.94. August, we did 50 work orders for 6 county departments. August is a little off because TAN was off for a week, so that always throws us off a little bit. And then we had $8,244.98 in outside repair costs. As far as trends for this year, one thing I am seeing over the past 5 years, we started with supply chain issues and just costs going up, up, up. This year, our costs just seem to level out some, finally. Now, we had a little scare with the tariffs, worried about that because a lot of our parts come out of Mexico or Canada. But for the most part, they've kind of leveled off. This is the first year I haven't had to come to you and ask for more money. So that was a reflection of the cost really leveling off.
You wouldn't think we'd notice when you don't ask, but we do.
Well, I appreciate it. And as far as needs in the future, I've talked to you about it in the past a little bit. I really think at some point next year, we're probably going to need to add another mechanic. The industry standard is about 1 mechanic for about 70, 75 cars in a fleet. We have over 200 cars in our fleet. Now, the reason we can get by with 1 mechanic right now, and he's very busy, is because we do the outside repair cost. We have to send stuff out that we might be able to do some of that in-house and keep it a little cheaper for us in-house. We do have the facility size for the 2 mechanics. We've got 2 lifts and everything already set up in our shop. What we would have to do is look at some alternate space, maybe across the alley from us, converting that building that currently has lawn equipment. We'd have to build something for putting the lawn equipment in somewhere else on property, but converting that into a space that we could use for our electronics technician to work in, do installs and removals over there, to get him to clear that extra space up. But that's something long-term I'd really like to look at doing. The other side of that is within the next year or 2, couple of years, TAN's planning on retiring. So we need to have somebody in-house and trained up, I think, before that happens, just so we don't have a hiccup in our maintenance.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I've got.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Only thing I have is, and I know even David and I have been working on it, is, and you talk about industry standards, and that's a lot of that has to do with the risk of mechanical failure on these vehicles. What's the optimum time to consider a trade?
Right.
And where we may have it.
So kind of the industry standard in that, and, I just got back from a fleet maintenance conference in Alabama last month, and that's all they talk about. It's mostly police fleets, and they're trying to get patrol vehicles off the street by 100,000 miles. So that's what we're
But what kind of vehicle? I mean, so there ought to be a standard for, for, let's say, a Tahoe relative to another make. Does he break that out?
It's about the same for both, yes, sir. Yes, sir. For all the SUVs, it's all about the same, about 100,000 miles. So what we're doing is trying to pull those vehicles off the street at 100,000. We'll use them we move them over to here at the courthouse for transport in town.
Yeah.
Or to the jail for the local transports, like the hospitals and doctor's appointments, because they can last us a lot longer in the fleet, another 40, 50,000 miles, and then get them sold by 150.
Okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there a motion to approve a report for recording purposes?
So move.
I'll second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
P5 purchasing.
You can do it from there if you want to, or however you want to do it.
I'm used to, for this, I usually.
Okay.
Morning. And as you commented, yeah, I am getting ready for Santa.
Yeah, yeah.
We had not too many bids this last couple of months, but they were big. I've worked with HR on the group health and TPA and even the recommendation for the retiree insurance today. So, but then we worked on the JP5 edition. We got that done, and hopefully they'll be, if they hadn't started on it already, they'll be started. And we have the, as Amy already mentioned, we have the pre-construction meeting on Patton Branch next week. We do have one proposal that's outstanding. We've got recruitment services for SO that we're working on evaluating to come to the court with for a recommendation. This being the end of the year, we tend to have a lot of contracts or agreements that we have that come due at this time of year that we look at extending or rebidding. There's
With the 100,000, with that raise to 100,000, ought to be less of those, right?
yes, sir. I'm
I mean,
sure.
I guess that'd be new contracts though, but.
We've already looked at a few of them that we,
Okay.
that we're evaluating that we don't need to do anything special on in the future. Ones that we were actually struggling with that we were having to cap off at 50,000. But that we needed for services, and we were looking for other entities to do things in their place so we could keep the person we really needed intact, that we could use them when we needed them. Anyway, that's helping clean some of that up. Really kind of excited. I know TJ's excited because most of them are his vendors. Then most of the stuff is just regular stuff. I don't need to go through all that.
Okay.
Again, this is the end of the year. They're busy over there closing stuff down for this year and trying to get ready, knowing what we need to open back up for the 26.
Okay.
I guess the biggest thing I can point out is appreciate Precinct 1 and 4. They've allowed Chrissy Brault to come over and work with us in purchasing some to learn what we do over in the purchasing department. She's been a good addition, and she is, how to say, asks a lot of questions, which again, that's working well for us. So she's learning what we do in the purchasing department. We have our normal round of bids that'll be coming up this next quarter, where we start looking at the road materials and all that kind of stuff, doing new bids. And, we still have some things kind of hanging out under that I keep on here so we don't forget it. But, we've talked about the parking lot over at the fairgrounds. We hadn't circled back over that. We had large discussions on it, but kind of halted it with the thought of a new building being built in part of that parking lot that we were looking at redoing. So, but then TJ and I sat in on a meeting. We were going over the ADA improvements over here at the Records Building. That was just a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it, TJ? Where we were looking at the plans and we made some suggested changes well, they might have suggested the changes, but we kind of agreed with the direction they were going. And then, anyway, that's about what's going on in the purchasing department.
Okay, any questions or comments? Good report. I'll make a motion, we approve the report for recording purposes.
Second?
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass. Thank you, Ken.
Ken, you got the upper part, but you're gonna eat a lot before December the 25th. I'm just saying.
2 years ago, I had to buy the fence.
Oh, so you're good then.
I got the stuff.
That's what I wear every day.
D6 is maintenance of buildings.
Okay, TJ, morning.
Well, I'll keep mine very sweet and short. Nothing crazy going on, nothing out of the norm. Projects are running fairly well. Justice Center is moving on better than we hoped it would.
Yes.
Very exciting project. JP5, we did give notice to proceed middle of last week, so they have hit the ground running. They've got everything staked out and ready to go, got their lay-down yard in place, and everything's looking really good over there. 25th Street is moving along a little slow, but we're in texture and paint right now on the first floor, so we'll wrap it up here in the next 3 or 4 weeks and start moving some furniture around and hopefully get everybody comfortable as we can. Other than that, that's about it. We hadn't seen any big struggles, you know. Thankfully, tomorrow is resetting the checkbook and we can get some more things done. But other than that, it's pretty smooth.
Okay. My only comment is just kind of a general comment, that we start transitioning to referring to the conversion of the downtown jail to the Justice Center, which you just said.
Yeah.
And we start using that vernacular, calling it Justice Center, get everybody kind of acclimated to that.
point.
So it's a transition. Okay.
Motion to approve report.
All right. Second. Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
7 is pretrial services.
Okay, it's a lengthy report, a lot of information there. I don't have any questions. If anyone has any questions for Judge Bain, we can get that to him and get an answer. Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion to approve for recording purposes.
So moved. Second.
I have to have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
D8 is health services.
All right. There she is.
Morning.
Morning.
Finally, my turn. I wait so patiently.
You did. Well, you look like you were asleep over there, by the way.
A little bit.
Okay.
Pretty basic report. This quarter, we kind of had a little decrease in community partner and committee obligations, which was a nice reprieve because we've had other projects going on. So some of the big takeaways for this quarter are the variance reimbursement and the new discount rates with HEB, which is going to be very beneficial for the county indigent healthcare program budget. The transition of the jail medical billing has moved along very smoothly, and we've actually started using the Inovalon program. Our kickoff date was October 1st, but I got a little eager, and as soon as we had the green light, we started utilizing it. So the next quarter, I should be able to bring a report to show you what kind of savings we have in
That'd be
that.
great, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. One of the things I think that when you're looking at kind of our overall numbers, we'll focus on those numbers the next quarter, if that's okay, for the programs, just that way we can kind of wrap up the actual end of the year. But if you see a reduction in applications received for county indigent, it's not because we're doing less business. It's because there was a handbook change on the state side earlier in the year that allows us to do some auto renewals at 6 months rather than accepting a whole new application as long as nothing changes. So that kind of drops the application number, but not really reflective of doing less business. Something that we might potentially be bringing back before the court as a potential cost to the program has to do with the row mound smoothing. I've worked with Phipps and TJ to try to coordinate both maintenance and Phipps at the same time so that we can move those headstones, smooth out the rows, and reset them. And TJ's crew's been available several times, but it's getting Phipps available at the same time. We've kind of struggled, and we've been working on this for a couple of years. So I asked Phipps if they would just give us a quote to do it all. They go in, smooth, move the headstones smooth, put the headstones back, because I think we might be more successful in getting them to do it when they're available. So they're considering that. You know, they do our headstones free to the county, and we take them a little gift every year just as a token of our appreciation. So they're really hesitant to charge for anything, but they are considering putting a quote together to maybe do that job. So we'll see. If not, we'll just keep trying to coordinate the two schedules because it really needs to be done. It doesn't look bad, it needs to be updated.
That sounds like a good plan.
And then with the CPS, Child Protective Services Board, we've been working on getting those duties kind of transferred over to Health Services as well. We've been working with IT to get the website up. If you haven't had a chance, go take a look. It looks really nice. We were able to get the assistance request link published on there, so now that's up and running, and we are ready to start receiving those requests for assistance for the board October 1st. So everything's moving right along. We've had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, sure do.
And our Indigent Health Care Solutions software that we use for indigent health has worked with us on all these new projects, and so we've kind of expanded their horizon some too, and what their software has been able to do. So it's been fun adding new things to that.
Good deal, good report. Any questions, comments? Okay. What's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Have a motion, second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passed. Thank you.
E9 is IT.
Got 32 seconds, John.
He's got this setting the bar pretty low.
He can't even say good morning.
To walk up here was half my presentation. Excuse me, good morning.
Morning.
So I won't go over everything. One of the highlights, our Tyler civil process went live, so we're proud of that. It seems to be working great for the constables. We also finished up the Imprivata project. That's been about an 8-month-long project. We've got it out to in everyone's hands. The only thing we've yet to do is get a lot of those badges printed. But we'll finish those up, and ideally by the end of this year. So a few of the challenges, working space is still in disarray, but we're dealing with that. We do have a lot of work still. Almost every week now, we're busy, at least Tuesday through Thursday, all day with some Tyler stuff, trainings and data reviews and that sort of thing, which will go on virtually the rest of this year and then a good part of next year as well. We're also doing new project time and attendance for the auditor's office and HR. And the jail cameras have been a fairly big project this quarter. We did phase 1, got completed last week. So A and B wing, the worst part of that has been done, which is very good. But we're doing the walk this Thursday for phase 2. Going through the data, it's very similar. It's very level with the rest of the quarters of this year, so there's not much to report there. On the Tyler project, I've been providing this, and I will continue to provide the Tyler timeline there. It says program timeline for the Tyler projects, just to keep it in your minds how those are going. There are no more go-lives now until June of 26, when we go live at all the rest of them, the jail, all of the courts, and the supervision product, and the DA, excuse me. I gave you a little bit of the Imprivata multi-factor numbers there. There's nothing remarkable about those. We did fully satisfy the grant already, so that's good. We haven't received all the money yet, but I'm sure Francis is on top of that, and we'll get all that redone to us. And just a reminder on that one, the total project for the grant was $131,779.20, of which our match was the $13,177.92, and the grant funds themselves were $118,601.28. Good. But that was all towards the Imprivata project, so that was That one's all completed. The support tickets are all very similar. The departments who lead the list always lead the list every quarter. And on the website, those pages are all very similar to the ones that are always most utilized by the visitors to our website. Nothing to really report there. Our cybersecurity awareness, now we have ended it for the year. It's due in August. So that number, 97%, is our ending number. We have to be at 90% or higher, so to keep all of our grant eligibility and all that sort of thing.
Is that pretty, that's comparable to prior years, isn't it? 97?
Yeah, it hovers 97, 98.
That's what I was thinking.
99. We do a big push, obviously, towards the end to get people to do it. This coming year, one note there, we are changing that up a bit. We're going to synchronize it so that it's easier for the employees to grasp hold of, is sync it with the yearly training done by HR. So it's all done in one big announcement, and we'll all be due at the same time. And then we can also use that. Another way to get people to complete this is to make it part of the review process. So the yearly evaluation process. So if they've done it, great. If they haven't, then they can possibly mention it on there. Are there any questions about the IT portion?
Nope.
I'll move on to the archives.
Okay.
So we started tracking space. It's now 15 months of tracking the actual linear footage that we have available in archives. This quarter, we lost 142 linear feet, meaning we've added 142 linear feet of files to the space. And over the 15 months, I didn't put this number in there, but I'll just tell you, it's 1,751 feet over 15 months that we've used more space. So we're losing free space, if you will. As you can see there, the number, actually, if you're like me, you can't really read that number there. It's 7,441 linear feet that we have available to us still. So it's still a good amount of space, so we're not running out or anything tomorrow.
When are we running out?
We won't run out. We're going to make sure we don't.
Okay.
And there are a few ways to do that. So we've actually, at your office's suggestion, we've been doing the spring cleaning initiative. One of the departments where we see we might gain some stuff there is with the DA's office. We do those things every year where we scan a year of their files and then we can shred those because we're digitizing them.
Yeah.
We can look at doing 2 years at a time, 3 years at a time, and more of those files so we can get rid of more in the archives. Claire right now is looking through all of her, all of her stuff to see what is it that we can truly get out of there in a, more urgently, or not urgent, but faster than other stuff. And it's really the DA files are the big one because we're already doing those scanning. We can keep scanning year after year. We have, I'm going to be wrong about this, but I believe we have 12 years left, maybe 13, that we need to scan in. Because all the current years are getting scanned as well.
Okay.
The other thing we're doing, they now, since they've moved down to the first floor, up on the second floor where their offices were and the third floor and the basement really, there's stuff in there. There's furniture, old furniture, there's old machines, there's historical items down there. We can get those things moved and get a lot of it auctioned off, possibly, or any other department that can use it. Claire and her crew are going through that now, and we're going to work with purchasing to get a lot of those items out of our way.
Okay.
That'll create some space as well. Those increases in space, those are all the very typical departments that use most of it. The jail and the district clerk are big users, obviously, in the DA's office. So wrapping it up, you asked what can the court do to assist us. In the archives, when we're talking about the space, when I first started, there was a plan here to redesign the space up there to make it more usable so we can fit more racks into that space. So putting that, and we've already talked about that a little bit, but putting it back on the space committees, maybe not front burner at the moment because we've got a lot going on, but
yeah,
at least side burner so we keep it on the plan.
Yeah. TJ, you have something to say about
Just
that?
as a reminder, we do have those budget figures set aside in 401. We've held them there for the past couple of years, but we will plan on doing that demolition this year to get all that stuff opened up. So that'll help.
Okay.
Big time.
Thank you.
But I know we have a lot else going on too, so
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do in 1 year, no matter how much money you have.
Yeah.
And then the other department's helping us out with all the moves that are going on. That's what I was going to mention, but, 25th Street getting done and all these other things. That's more for the IT space. As you know, we still have a little bit of construction to do in there to move a few people around and get it to where we really need it. 25th Street obviously needs to happen, and other departments need to move around into different things and until Hot Checks is out of our building, and then we can inhabit the whole building. But I'm not pushing or anything. I know this is all happening. It's happening, we're getting things done, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention that. And so the last thing I would say about it is the court and all our other partner departments have been great partners already. We don't have any issues getting things done. We don't have, the plans are there. We're all working pretty hard. I think from all the reports you saw, everyone's being really busy this quarter and this year. And for us too, it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So, and one of the challenges I'd put in there was, just being very busy and having a lot of stuff going on. But I think that's beyond a challenge now. It's just the way it is. So something's not a challenge if it's every day.
New normal.
That's it. That's all I had.
All right. And then one other, just to make sure we name things properly. When you say Space Committee, everybody's thinking they're looking up and all that. but
Space Force.
It really ought to be, it should be Space Allocation Committee, because the Commissioners Court is responsible for allocating space, and so that group, primarily the department heads, come up with their needs, and then that comes to the court as a report, and the court, if they have to make decisions on allocating towards one area or taking space away from another, we call that shot right here in this court. So let's refer to that as a Space Allocation Committee going forward, just so it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions or comments? If not, is there a motion to approve the report for recording purposes?
So moved.
Second. Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass. Thank you.
Hey, John.
Getting shorter.
Doing good.
D10 is Texas A&M AgriLife.
And then we have that report in the file, and if there's any questions anyone would have, we can forward those. Otherwise, I would make a motion we approve the report for recording purposes.
Second.
All right, I have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
That should be everything.
That's correct, Justin.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else to go over? Covers everything? All right, and our next meeting will be next Tuesday, our posted meeting. Agenda set. So if there's not anything else to come before the court today, we stand adjourned.